Greetings, fellow Dice fans. Dice Kitty back again with our Foggy Nelson. He hates that. Our Satchel Master and Sidekick Master, I guess you could call him, and Mr. DDK. We're here with our next round table to talk about the new Batman set that just released. We have much better things to say about this set than we did the Defenders Team Pack. So let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to talk about the general stats on some of the cards. Let's start with the purchase cost. Y'all chime in whenever y'all got something to say.
I feel like the purchase cost of all of these characters, from common all the way to super rare, is very spread out. There's not too many high cost, there's not too many low cost, and right there in the middle it just seems all kind of even, like 10, 14, 12 with like the 3s and the 4s. It just seems like real based and stretched out. Like it was real diverse. Seems good. I like it.
Yeah, you get a lot of two-cost characters to purchase, which is, I think, is great, especially for draft.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed the set, especially drafting. This was a good set to draft with.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Very much so.
Yeah, as far as purchasing costs go, it's definitely a great draft set. Your plan doesn't pan out for the abilities and whatnot. You've always got the cheaper cost characters that you can fall back on and just kind of try to overrun your opponent with. But something that I found interesting as well was the totals for the energy types in this set. They're all evenly distributed. So if you add the super rares, not the unique super rares, the white lanterns, but just the 4 regular super rares, you add them in with the rare totals, and every energy type has 10 cards across common, uncommon, rare. I like that because it feels balanced. I did not do a lot of research on the previous sets, but it always felt like Mask.
Yeah, Mask seemed really, really heavy in a lot of the other sets, along with Shield. Shield has seemed really heavy.
Shield?
Well, like Shield good characters, per se.
You mean Bolts? Or
Bolts are also one of them.
I was going to say, I don't feel like there's been a whole lot of good Shield characters out there.
Yeah, in the past, being Mask heavy was great. We had Professor X. We had
Elf Thief.
Elf Thief.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with it.
There we go. We got Elf Thief. We got Oracle. We have the Batman that costs like 1 less for every Bat family that you've got active. You've got the multiple man. I think I've already said that. Even in the new set, we've got a Mask character here that's basically the next Guy Gardner. Red Hood.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's really good.
Mask is probably one of the most powerful energy types out of the whole Dice Master sets.
But with all the energy types being evenly distributed, excuse me, I can't talk today. There are plenty of characters of different energy types that have good abilities on them. It's not just the Mask characters, and it's not just the Bolt characters. Happy to see that for sure.
Yeah. Something I want to point out is Shield is actually making a comeback in power.
Oh, yeah, now with all the newer stuff, yeah. Be careful with them Shield characters. You might be in trouble nowadays.
One was so powerful he got banned.
Oh, yeah, that's the Shield character you were talking about. That bad bard. We're not going to talk about him. He's not in the set. Nobody cares. All right, moving on. Fielding cost. Fielding cost is usually a problem for some players because they don't think about it. They don't take it into consideration. But this set, I don't feel like you have to worry about it so much. You can almost pick any character.
I think it's one of the mistakes they've really kind of learned from over the sets as they've come out. We've seen basically better total fielding cost on all the recent releases of the sets.
Absolutely.
Just as like Oracle, for example, just to touch on her, World's Finest.
Yeah.
0 straight across the board on hers. Alfred 2, also World's Finest. Coming back to this set, you got characters like Catwoman. who's 0, and then 2 or 3 size. Still
Right.
total fielding cost of 3.
No, TFC
I mean,
of 2.
two,
Yeah,
excuse me, two. I
TFC
would
of
say
2.
two.
Yeah, and she's a flip card too, which is cool.
I
But,
love her rare.
Yeah, so her and Robin. Robin is another one that has a TFC of 2, and he's a 002 field. So, and one of the cards that we're about to talk about, White Lantern Dove. See if I can get it up here briefly. Oh. So White Lantern Dove has a TFC of 1. She's a 001, and her stats are 22, 33, and 410.
I feel like this card is really good, but at the same time, I feel like it's not going to be like super played because of its level 3 or its level 1 or 2 being really good fielding, because it does cost one of each.
Yeah, it is
Now,
a crossover.
yes, it
character.
is possible to make it have one of each if you play the 4 rares and globals.
The energy fix.
The energy fixers.
But that's 4 of your team. I mean, it's not really worth it, but I think she's going to be pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I think she'll see some play, especially on a casual level.
Yeah.
She's like a little mini vicious struggle, but she can be cold gunned, blasted out of the field on level 1 or 2.
Stable canister.
Yeah, unstable canister would definitely take her out at level 1. But she can still be blunt, so it's not like she's overpowered. I think you wanted to talk about a specific card too.
Okay, so this is actually my favorite card in the set, and it's Connor Kent. And there's like basically 3 main reasons. The first reason is it's really cheap cost for its stats. Its stats is a 012, a 133, and a 255 for a purchase cost of 2. That seems really good, and it's also a shield character.
Told you.
I
He's
think
also-
he's found his new favorite energy type over here.
He's
Look at
also
him.
a budget Superman character, which is something we haven't had a lot of, and I think this might be able to help it more along the casual lines, but maybe see a little play with the competitive scene in the Superman team.
If you
Yeah.
decide to play Superman Family.
Yeah.
Team
especially-
Superman, yeah.
Especially with the new starter coming out, how I look at some of the cards. The Jimmy Olsen with
Oh,
Connor
yeah.
Kent.
Yeah.
That's having your 2 Batman family affiliation cards out, the character cards,
Yeah.
to make it cheaper, and that's
I don't know. I like your name for him better. Connor 10th. That works better.
Kent.
You wear his sunglasses at night.
Yeah. Well, is there anything that anybody wants to add about anything we've covered so far in segment 1 before we move on to segment 2?
Well, actually, yeah. The note you got here on the fielding cost, I really think we need to touch on that. For one, there's 11 total fielding cost characters.
Okay, 11 that have a TFC of 1.
Thank
yeah.
you. See, I couldn't think of the TFC.
Okay.
6 of a TFC of 2. Another 6 of a TFC of 3. And I'm not going to go into the rest of them, but just that alone right there to me feels like it helps with all aspects of the game as far as drafting, casual play, competitive play. I really do expect us to see a lot of probably some meta changing from this set due to
I
fielding
agree.
cost, abilities.
Purchase cost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's-
agree.
That's going to help me. For people that know me, know that I like to build continuous action teams or sidekick teams, which both of them pretty much you don't have to worry about fielding costs. So I do like the variety here because I have more stuff that I can think about adding to it,
Yeah.
or changing up, or just making a totally new team,
Yeah, I look forward to seeing what we all get to build out of this new set here.
I'm looking forward to see how Bat Family changes after this set.
This is true. Bat Family is definitely going to see some changes. So, all right. My little tiny spawn is running around the store squealing, so just ignore her. All right. Well, that's it for segment 1. We will have Aaron and North back later in 2 different segments, so you have to say bye to them for now. But moving on, be right back with segment 2. Dice fans are back with segment 2, and we're going to talk about some of the cosmetic stuff in the set. We kind of want to touch on some of our favorite things that we like. For instance, the art on the cards is just amazing. They have picked some of the best art, have they not?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like this Batgirl here. I just really like the art of it, and yeah.
Yeah, Batgirl is real pretty. I love her black and purple look. I'm looking at my phone to make sure I get this up here in the camera enough. But yeah, the Batgirl is real pretty. I agree with you completely on that one. I like that one. I also really like Batwoman. I'm always a fan of this kind of art.
Speaking of Batwoman, I like her dice. It reminds me of cheesecake.
Strawberry cheesecake. Don't eat the dice. They are not edible.
Looks like it could be.
It does, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So, they also add in a couple of classic art type cards, Ace the Bat Hound and the Riddler. I really like that they put in a couple of classic art cards, but I'm glad they don't put in too many, because I think there's a lot of people who aren't fans of classic art, or it doesn't resonate with them as much.
I just like the diversity of the art.
Oh, there's definitely a diversity in the art. For instance, one of my absolute favorite art pieces, this penguin. He is amazingly, awesomely creepy looking, and I love it. So, foils are also gorgeous in this set.
Oh, yes. Very much so. This common firefly foil. So pretty.
I'll pass it up here to the camera.
Yeah, show those folks the beauty.
Fireflies, gorgeous. They just place all the right amount of cover on the card for that.
And we also got Crazy Eyes.
Oh yeah, Crazy Eyes Joker. It's really hard to see on camera, but you have got to look at one of these in person. Not necessarily the super rare now. That's the only foil version we have of him, unfortunately. But all of his foils look the same as far as that goes. And he is just awesome looking. Catwoman? You got Catwoman down there.
Yeah, I do have Catwoman down here, and the reason she's down here is the simple fact that on her regular art, you don't notice the, well, I'm pretty sure it's not even there, but on this foil, they've actually incorporated some diamonds in the background.
Yeah, now this probably won't show up on camera. It does a little bit. It's like they did something just to break up the solid blackness on her card.
Which is really awesome.
Yeah, that was some really good forethought there. Good job, WizKids. Proud of that one.
And to add on to the foils, we have the White Lantern Dove, which is a favorite Dove card of mine.
This one is also very, very pretty.
So pretty.
So those are some of our favorite cards. But cards aren't the only things in Dice Masters. Good example. The die he was talking about earlier that he wants to just nibble on.
Yeah, I really did. I can't myself.
It does. It looks like cheesecake. It looks like strawberry cheesecake. It's gorgeous. Love it. Another one along those same lines, the two-tone dice. We put Batwoman up there. If you can find a good-looking Batwoman die. Some of them, it doesn't, like, it looks like they're not mixed very well. But Mr. Freeze, I love Mr. Freeze's die as well. Also gorgeous. It's another one of those two-tones. But stepping away from two-tones, we have just regular dice.
This is the regular Dove, which is not the White Lantern, but it's pretty too. It's just plain white and blue.
Sometimes the simple things can be just as pretty as the complex things. So I agree, Dove is also very pretty. And I like the colors on this die. This is Owlman, but I absolutely love his die image. The little owl. That is by far the best die image that I think I have ever seen. Love it. And this I know will not show up on camera, but the utility belts, they are a mix of opaque and transparent, and they're really, really cool looking. But you gotta really look at them, and you gotta find a really good one to look at. And we've got a pretty good one. I wish I could show it to everybody, but I promise it won't show up on camera because it's so dark. But I love it too. There's Mini DDK.
Crashing apart.
Yep, photo bombing or video bombing, whatever you want to call it. Didn't you have another one you liked?
Yeah, I'm pretty partial to the Riddler's dice. I just like the swirl. What is it you gave it called?
Shimmer swirl. That's what I call it. I don't know what it's actually called. I think Mini DDK is going to join in on the cosmetic segment here.
Yeah, here. Yeah, go ahead. Run off with that. She likes it too.
She does. She'll pick our dice up and play with them. Something else I wanted to talk about briefly, and I'm not sure she's going to steal the show. Not sure if it'll show up very well on camera, but this is White Lantern Sinestro and White Lantern Dove. The White Lantern colors are different. I'm not sure. It's like they're darker, and the previous White Lanterns are lighter. Now the Black Lanterns are all the same. You know, you can't tell which set they came from. So I kind of like the lighter White Lanterns from before. So Hannah, which ones did you prefer of the White Lantern dice? The new ones or the? Ooh, you can't have that super rare, sweetie.
I kind of like the lighter one too. Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like it shows up a little better.
Yeah.
Mr. DDK, what do you think?
I think my child is beautiful.
Yeah. Aside from your child being beautiful, which White Lantern did you think was the better looking of the two?
I really did not have much of a preference when it came to the White Lantern dice. Probably because I don't play with them on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But just looking at them from the hip, I'd have to say I'd go with the new White Lantern.
Oh, that's interesting.
I like how it's a little bit kind of a foggy.
Did somebody say foggy?
Dun, dun, dun. Versus these more solid earlier ones. I like the ones that are a little bit more translucent.
Okay, I understand that. I see that. Totally respect it. Well, Hannah, thank you for joining us for the cosmetic section of our video here. We will be right back with segment 3. We'll have Jamie and North joining us where we will be talking about some particular abilities and globals from the set. All right, let me go tend to Mini DDK. We'll be right back. All right, Dice fans, we're back again with segment 3. We're going to be talking about our favorite abilities and our favorite global from the set. But before we do that, WizKids, please, for the sake of Dice Master players everywhere, give us a ruling on Jervis Tetch. All 3 of his versions are a little confusing, especially for all of us, so we'd appreciate it very much. All right, moving on. One of my favorite cards is Batwoman Code of Honor. She's the uncommon from the set. She's a Bat family character with a flip ability. She says common ground. Batwoman can't be blocked if she attacks with at least one villain character die. On her flip side, She's a villain, and she says Batwoman can't be blocked by non-villain character dice unless the defending player pays 1 generic energy for each blocking character die. I really like this Batwoman for a Bat Family team with the common Catwoman, because I can flip the common Catwoman over to her villain side and Batwoman and Catwoman can both attack. It's pretty cool. I like that. And I also like Ra's al Ghul. There are several of his cards that have the global on it, which is the only thing that I'm really interested in on him. It says, pay a mask, target character loses villain affiliation. So he works really well with the villain version of Batwoman Code of Honor, because I can make their characters not villains if they are villains, and then my opponent has to pay to block with them. So I love those two cards together. But just so you know, I picked the common Ra's al Ghul. He costs 5. He's a villain. Mystery and power. While Ra's al Ghul is active, opposing non-villain character dice get -1 attack. So I guess he would be useful if I wanted to buy him.
Well, touch on the card you're
Sure.
talking about right now. I really do like the fact that she can't be blocked if she attacks with at least 1 villain character die, because currently in this set there's plenty of Batman family characters that have flip, that when you flip them they become villains.
Yeah.
And that's just a great mechanic. And to top that off, she's got some pretty decent attack stats. A 3 attack on her level 1 side, 4 attack on her level 2 side, and a 5 attack on her level 3 side.
And there's easy ways to bump that up with Haymaker.
Yeah. Anything.
A very good card to play with in draft.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Especially when you get that sneaky flip card.
Oh yeah, like Batwoman and Catwoman work so well together.
Or Nightwing.
Yes, or Nightwing. The rare Nightwing is fantastic as well. He's a villain flip and a Bat Family on the other side. So I think North Satchel Master over there has got some cards to talk about.
Well, the one that really took my breath away in this set, I guess you could say, was Bat Signal Out of the Darkness. It's a 1 purchase shield with continuous. Gotta love continuous. When you could use a global ability, you may send this die to your use pile to give target non-villain character +1. Lasts until end of turn, and you may spin up 1 level
Is
that
that
character.
+1 attack?
Yes.
Okay,
attack. Yeah,
+1 attack. That's what I thought. Just want to be sure.
And he does have burst abilities on 1 burst or 2 bursts. Also, you may flip target character card you control. For me, I love it for continuous. As y'all know, I play Satchel. I love Satchel. And the more continuous you have, the better chance you have to do more damage with Satchel. Which the Satchel I'm talking about is Satchel of Limited Weaponry. It's from the Deadpool set. Deal 2 damage to target character die or player for each action die in your field zone.
Which stacks up pretty quick. If you've got like just 3 actions hovering there, that's 6 damage.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
What's the subtitle on it again? Satchel of Unlimited.
Chimichanga.
Okay, Chimichanga.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
the rare one.
Touch on your Bat Signal there. That action dice works really well with that Batwoman we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, you look at it and it gives one a +1, just 1, attack. But it only costs 1 to purchase. And
Oh yeah.
if they're going in the field, you use them when you want to,
Exactly.
and it can be great just in itself, just for the pump up.
It could also spin her up to that level 3 side
Yes,
of that
it can.
5 attack.
Yep. She's a 5/4 on her level 3.
So that would make her, she gets a +1 attack, that would make her a 6 unblockable when she's tagging with a villain.
Ouch.
And the fact it's a shield, like we was talking earlier in the game, shields kind of making a comeback.
That they are. Batwoman's
Yeah.
also a shield character.
Yeah.
So
That ability also works for that burst where you're talking about flipping over cards. So boom,
Yep.
she's attacking with Catwoman, who's now a villain.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel the Riddler pairs very well for Satchel. It is expensive. It's a purchase cost of 5. It's a Bolt Energy. It's the Riddler. Get a Clue. It's the rare. When fielded, you may swap the purchase cost of 2 of your non-basic actions. And you know you gotta swap Bat Signal and Satchel. That's gonna happen.
Absolutely. And that only swaps their cost, the numeric cost. It does not change their energy types.
So you'll be paying 1 bolt for a Satchel.
Exactly.
good.
And yes.
And Riddler's a body in the field too.
Oh yeah, it's a
So
5.6.6 is his defenses. And it's kind of hard to get rid of because you do want to KO him because it's a fielding, when fielded only.
Or at least sacrificing to get him out of the field.
Yeah, I've been playing around ways to use that. I'm thinking about go Fabricate with some of the golems. And that's, to me, that's the best way to get it because not only are you getting him KO'd, you're also getting more bodies to field later on.
and have defenders, so that way not defenders affiliation, but to have
You're
blockers.
not having to spend the energy to purchase that body. You're just KOing a character you want to KO anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been trying to, when we were playing Prime, I felt Satchel could compete. I wasn't really comfortable in the modern scene, but I'm really glad these 2
Yeah.
cards have come out.
I think WizKids was looking at you there, Satchel Master.
Well, touch on it. You could use the Superwoman Lois Lane from World's Finest to be the energy fixer for the Satchel.
Yeah, because she's one
She can
generic.
change. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
one generic and
It turns
into
it-
the lightning
converts
bolts.
it to
Yeah,
a,
you can spend it as bolts. Yep,
So-
exactly.
Very good point.
Yeah, that is a good point. All right, well, I think you had a card Hannah liked and wanted us to bring up since she's not in the segment, unfortunately.
Well, I had no
But-
problem talking about it. It's actually one of my favorite cards. And it's
So it
really-
all works out.
Oh yeah, totally. The card is Red Hood Jason Todd. It's another common card,
All the
and
commons, so good.
he's a 3 purchase cost. Mask energy. When Red Hood attacks, he gains +1 attack for each other attacking character die. You read that, and the first thing that comes to your mind is Guy Gardner from War of Light.
Yep.
Granted, he costs 1 more, but unlike Guy, he doesn't have to attack. You can hold him for as long as you want, and then swing. I love this card for the simple fact of, A, I don't have to attack with him when I don't want to, and he's just got that awesome ability. On top of it, he's one of the strongest energy types in the game right now, Mask.
Yeah, mask ring, you just got you another good attacker. And aren't his stats just a hair better? I think he's got a little bit better defense than Guy.
He's also got a better attack on his last style too.
He
Yeah.
does. I was looking at that. Guy is a 0.22, a 0.32,
And 4/4.
yeah, 1.44 on that last side. So we actually now have a choice when it comes to like rush.
Yep.
Exactly.
Are you more cautious type attacker that wants to hold until you're sure you got lethal, or are you that different type where you just want to go reckless and swing all out every time? And this gives you that option.
Yeah, I was with Hannah and she was actually play testing with Red Hood, and she was holding off the attack to see how much she could do.
Yeah.
And she hit the point 64 damage on turn 2
Whoa!
with a field of attackers.
Wow, so if you can go 10 turns and keep a Red Hood out there, do 64 damage potentially, that is some crazy good damage. You play with a lot of Guy Gardner too, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it actually looks really good as far as that goes. I'm thinking about actually putting them both together.
Oh,
Just to
that
give
would
it
just be
something.
silly. I would love to see that.
You are on a table here with that though.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's a good idea right there.
Also something else, just certain actions, non-basic, no, they're basic actions. It's the out of War Machine and Iron Man.
Are you talking about upgrade proton cannon that gives them
Yeah,
overcrush?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That one, but
That
also
would be silly too.
you can grab him overcrush when you attack with him.
I think there's one that makes him unblockable too.
If
isn't
he's a
there?
level 1 mask, then
Yeah.
yes, he becomes unblockable. And I also think that one gives him a smoke screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
upgrade smoke screen. Yeah. All
So
right.
it's a really good card.
Hannah,
versus
Hannah picked a
versatility
good
there.
card to
Oh,
talk
yes.
about.
Oh, yeah.
So,
All right, well, moving on. You had another card too over there.
oh, I do. I really do. Out of the host, I feel like this card, probably its uncommon version, probably going to see probably the most love, and it's Rip Hunter. Navigate the sands of time. He's a 4 purchase cost shield energy. While Rip Hunter is active, once during your clear and draw step, when you draw dice from your bag, you may send any number of them to the used pile and draw 1 you die for each. WizKids, what were you doing? Oh my lord.
Especially to rule it that they go to the used pile and not in transit.
Oh man, yeah. This card right here fits so many spots on so many different teams. Where people would have issue with consistency, drawing what you need right when you need it. This helps completely. If you're looking for quick ramp and you're always needing that sidekick out there in your use pile, this makes it happen. Polymorph. Oh my lord. So much good stuff. To just touch the teams here, Ultraman Kryptonite, Super Rare Ultraman with the Green Death Kryptonite.
Yep.
I like to pair him with One Against Many and Superhero Registration Act, and that little combo is nasty. It punishes your opponent for keeping characters out there in play, even if they want to KO a character to prevent you from drawing. You're still getting that energy, possibly drawing more kryptonite, and the cycle of violence just continues.
Yeah.
Also, let's take Swarm into consideration here. You draw 4 dice, you don't get the Swarm character you need. Well, all that goes now to the use pile. You get a chance to draw your Swarm, and if you hit a lot of it, you can potentially redraw those 4 dice you just sent to the use pile.
That's very true. And speaking of Swarm, Jamie here, our Swarm Master.
I'll be talking on the Parademon. It's Strength in Numbers, which is the uncommon. He states that he is Swarm. While Parademon is active, it deals 1 damage to target opponent when you draw an extra die from the Swarm keyword. So when you pair that with Rip Hunter and you use like multiple man, you can pretty well do a ton of damage. At least, let's see, you have 1 in play. That's 5 possible.
Yeah, if you've got all of them in your bag, which isn't hard when you run big entrance.
Considering that cost too.
Exactly, and there's the other 2 cost characters that have Swarm, like
Yeah,
Goblins and
Cobalt.
Cobalt's, I think, is out of Modern right now.
Yeah, Cobalt is rotated,
But still, for fun teams.
Oh yeah, if you're
yeah.
just playing Golden Agents.
Yeah.
Oh, Cobalt.
You're looking at breaking some stuff. It reminds me a lot of the Human Torch too, though. The ones that you used to use.
You just
in
don't have to
Gobby.
field the character.
Yeah, you just don't have to field it.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's a different mechanic to do, but it's almost the same to me.
It is similar. It is definitely a similar mechanic. I'm glad you brought that up because that's very true. I
Yeah.
didn't think about that.
So.
And then there's the other Swarm stuff that we've been talking about, which is Super Rare Dark Sign.
Yeah, Dark Side, Super Rare is just, I mean, I know he's 6 purchase, bulk character,
Doesn't matter.
but there's so many ways to get him out. And if you're lucky, you can get him on his level 1 side, and he's a free field. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
What was his sub again?
Force of Entropy.
Force of Entropy. Okay.
Yeah, it's, I apologize, I ain't got the card.
No,
it's a
none of
super
us.
rare.
None of us are lucky enough to
No.
have him right now.
It's, I believe his ability is all your sidekicks have the Swarm ability.
Yes.
So all you have to do is have a sidekick in the field, and then all other 7 sidekick dice trigger
And
Swarm.
if I'm not wrong, I believe your allies, as long as you
Yes.
have the ally fielded, that same dice. Sorry about that.
For example, Ace the Bat Hound. He is an ally, and if you have an Ace in the field and you draw Ace, that's a Swarm trigger. Just imagine if you had a Parademon out there. and Dark Side, because Dark Side, yeah, and
Then Rip Hunter, that would
Yeah.
just be
Because
crazy.
Dark Side gives even your little pawn sidekicks. If you have one in the field, it has swarms. So you draw a sidekick die. All those little white sidekick dice swarm, and Parademon just starts
You are
blasting.
cycling through them real easy.
At that point, you're looking at like 5, 10, 15 damage a turn coming off of it.
And if you're having trouble like protecting your swarm characters, you can easily fix that with another 2-cost character, which is Electra, Way of the Stick.
Yep.
Huh.
So I think she's a rare. I don't remember what set she came out of.
She came out of
Deadpool.
Yes.
Deadpool.
Electra Way of the Stick came out of Deadpool because North has played her
I mean,
before.
she makes sure that your 2-cost or less characters can't be targeted by globals.
Yep, so that stops Wasp Globals, Bane, stops all those from...
Force attack, force of blocks, unstable canister, hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you literally have your protected swarm characters out there just churning out damage.
And that's
Yeah.
your allies and your regular sidekicks.
Exactly. Yep, because a sidekick die, just your little pawn sidekick, is a level 1 character while in the field, and it has a purchase cost of 0, meaning Electra protects it. Well, there you go, guys. Now y'all got a good team to go try and build. You're welcome. Well, that's all I have pretty much for this segment. So, thank y'all for being here. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie, we'll have you back for segment 4 with Aaron. So, we'll have North step out, and we'll be right back. Greetings, Dice fans. This is our final segment. So we're going to highlight a couple of things that we didn't touch on, or that we might just briefly glazed over in some of the other previous segments. So the first thing I want to talk about, and we did talk about this quite a bit in the last segment, was the flip mechanic. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like the flip mechanic, or they think that the mechanic is not, I guess, not good enough for a competitive atmosphere, but I love the flip mechanic, and I think it's really good. Like I mentioned earlier with the Batwoman and either Catwoman or Nightwing or somebody else. I really, really like it, and I think it was a creative thing to do on WizKid's part. It's like having a sideboard, like in Magic or something. So
I feel like it gives an extra option to the team.
Yeah, it really does, and it gives you choices too. Though I mean,
Yeah, not every side's the same thing.
right? It's like the Two-Face card. I mean, you get 2 different abilities. One being ability you can send this die to your use pile to deal 1 damage to target player or die,
Yep.
yeah.
which stops sidekicks or really just if you need that extra little punch because
Yeah.
it is continuous, so you can hold on to them.
That's pretty good for a continuous die, you
Yeah.
know, to be able to pop something just whenever you want, just for buying it. It's only at 2 costs, too.
Right.
How often have we swung for lethal and always been 1 damage short?
Yeah. And then what does the flip side do again?
The flip side, it states that whenever you can use a global ability, you can send this die to your use pile to prevent 2 damage to target character die. You know, that could be a saving thing for a dice.
Absolutely. Because there's lots of times where we don't want our characters to get unstable canistered out of the field.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's a really good flip card. I'm glad you brought that one up.
Out of the flip cards, the ones I really like the most are the ones that are like exact opposite on the other side. Like for the Joker Super Rare, for example, it says on one side the Joker can't be blocked by non-villain character dice, and on this side it says the Joker can't be blocked by villain character dice. Like that seems really cool to me. How it's like you have it as one option or the other.
I really like that because that matches what you said earlier with the
With Batwoman,
Yeah.
yeah. Because, I mean, if your opponent's running villains and using blockers and, you know, all that good stuff, you've got all these cards that do stuff against villains or even with villains. So, I don't know. I really like the flip mechanic. Good job with kids. I'm impressed. And as far as the set itself goes, drafting, oh my goodness, we had a draft. It was amazing. Love drafting with this set.
The way I look at it is when you draft, you come with plan A, plan B, and then plan C is there is no plan A or plan B. Throw them out the window and wing it. Now, that's exactly what happened to me when we drafted. I planned on going for either fireflies
yeah.
or parademons. And my plan B was red hoods. We had no red hoods, like maybe 2 or 3 parademons. So I went with option C, ended up drawing that silly card, Rip Hunter, the common version. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go with this one card and bring Unstable Canister and try to burn my opponents down.
Wow. I mean, if you go in with a plan, just have a backup because most of the time your plan's going to go awry anyway. So.
No plan's going to be perfect.
Oh no, definitely not.
No, and
That's how
usually
I do
when
it in draft anyway. Just wing it.
yeah, usually when drafts you're going to get usually what you don't want half the time.
Exactly, and then you have to make that work.
Yeah.
So,
What if you get that one card that you don't have for your set you really want?
Yeah, then you're like, oh,
I'm
yeah.
the worst about that. I mean, I was sitting there in the draft, you know, and I streamed my draft picks live, and I kept seeing this foil rare Big Barda, and I really wanted to take her for her ability, but I already have one for my set, a foil rare, and this was a foil rare, and I thought to myself, I was like, this was a regular rare version, I'd take her in a heartbeat because I don't have that one. And then I'd have played her, but I couldn't do it, so I passed it along. Even though I really wanted to use her for my team, I wanted to give somebody else a chance to take her for a set. There are people that do that. They draft for sets, and there's nothing wrong with that. So.
In our draft, I got stuck with either going for a win condition or potentially drawing a foil we didn't have. I went for the win condition. Luck was with me though, and that foil came right back around.
That happens too. So drafting is just a lot of fun with this set. And if you haven't had a chance to do it yet, I encourage you, definitely go out and find a group and draft with it because it's a lot of fun.
Yes.
So with this set, there are plenty of cheaper characters. I think we talked about that earlier in one of the other segments, how many, 2-cost characters there are, and they've actually got good abilities or decent abilities at best, and they've got good stats too on a lot of them, and they help existing affiliations just like his Connor Kent that he likes.
I really like another cheap character for Superman that I noticed was Lois Lane. She isn't the best on stats for being 2, but they are very good for what they are. She's a 0-1-1, a 0-1-2, and a 0-2-2.
And she's out of World's Finest, right? Yes. So a 2-cost Superman or Team Superman character from World's Finest, and now we have
a 2-cost Connor Kent that is also a Superman affiliation character, and he has very good stats. Again, I would say he's a 0-1-2, a 1-3-3, and a 2-5-5. And I think with these two, that Superman team will be more viable with 2-cost characters.
Yeah, it helps boost your Team Superman team.
I think the next lowest character was a
4, I think.
No,
but besides
3.
the other 3, or the other lowest lanes were 3 costs. But
I was talking about a different character.
Crypto. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Crypto does have a 3 cost. So.
Yeah, he was blank.
Yeah. Yes. At least Lois Lane's an ally.
This Connor Kent's cost 2.
Yeah, he costs 2, and he's got much better stats than Crypto.
Yeah.
Crypto's stats were they were okay.
They were sad puppies.
Yeah, definitely. You had a cheaper card as well, didn't you? That you wanted to.
Yeah, I
highlight?
mean, it came out. It's a super rare. It's a Batarang Strike with Fear.
It's a rare.
Oh, a rare. Sorry.
It's like there's a super
Sorry,
rare.
I
I'm used to different games. I am so sorry. I
No,
play like Magic.
it's
and
okay.
Heroes.
I got excited for a second. I was like, "There's a super rare that I missed, and it's a Batarang."
That's my fault. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's okay. We all make mistakes. It's no big deal.
But it does state that spin up each of your Batman character die one level,
Bat family.
Bat family?
Yeah, Bat family character die.
and it has a boomerang effect. After using this die, roll it. If you roll a action phase, add it to your prep area. So technically, you could probably do that every other turn, maybe.
On average.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on average. But spinning up Bat family, I mean, Batman could get pretty nasty with that.
Yes, it can.
That's funny you should mention that because the uncommon Rip Hunter, it allows you to choose the side face that you can.
Yeah.
So
The uncommon Rip Hunter, he says if you draw and roll the die, I believe.
If you draw the die, you get to choose the side you can place on.
Hang
And
on.
it triggers multiple times.
Or if you draw, if you draw the die, let me see. But that won't help the boomerang on it. So,
No,
No.
I'm talking about when you first draw it.
oh well, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
when you first draw it,
Then you can
yeah.
automatically put it on the first side or something.
Non-sidekick.
no, it just states after you.
Okay, when fielded, name a non-sidekick die. So you could name a non-basic, or you could name any action, really. While Rip Hunter is active, when you draw the name die, you may place it in your reserve pool on any face instead of rolling it. So yeah, I mean, you could initially get it, you know, on a burst or a double burst if that's what you wanted or needed for
But if
it.
you're looking
So-
at action dice, yeah.
Well, yeah, but yeah, it won't help for boomerang.
No.
But yeah, so there's lots of good cheap stuff that helps in set and out of set, and the synergy as well within the set and the synergy outside the set. I think Aaron touched on it just a little bit with the Lois Lane and the Connor Kent, you know. But yeah, so in set and out of set, there's other cards too. I think Jamie's got a couple over there.
Well, it's the common Batman. He flips, and I would choose the villain side because he says while Batman is active, opposing non-villain character die cannot attack alone. You team him with the villain, with Penguin Bully from World's Finest, who is also a villain. But he states that while the Penguin is active, when a non-villain character die is fielded, the Penguin deals 1 damage to that character die. So that stops a lot of sidekicks from pairing up with like your main attackers to deal damage.
That's exactly what I would do. I'd turn
Yeah.
the sidekick in a heartbeat.
Yeah, so the Penguin Bully and Batman one with the Knight, those help stop some of those Guy Rush teams a little bit. It slows them down quite a bit. So Guy Rush and Red Hood get slowed down because they don't have their sidekicks now.
Right. So
Excuse me.
and they can't even attack alone now too. Though.
Yeah, with
So-
that Batman, yeah. And then you got your Batarang to spin Batman up, so you
so
don't even have to roll him on level 3. You just Batarang him up to level 3. That seems pretty good to me. But you'd have to flip him over to his Bat family side
Oh
to do
yeah.
that. So.
But that, I mean, that's
Oh,
the
but-
good thing about the flip thing is at
Yes.
the beginning of your turn you may do this. So
Yeah.
there he is.
Yeah, it's like you know you're drawing Batarang, or Batarang's already in your prep from a boomerang ability. Flip him over.
Yeah.
Yeah, level him up. Then next
Flip him.
turn, flip
Just
him.
flip him back.
Yeah, exactly. See, another good example of how flip is actually good.
Well, there's another example, the LP Robin,
Yeah,
Yeah.
where if you've got 4 active Batman characters, he, see, when Batman's active, I think he becomes unblockable, and with 4 active Batman characters, if he's unblocked, he returns to your field.
yep.
Yep.
So that helps with, you know, the flip mechanic helps with that too, because you can start them off as a villain
Yep.
and possibly keep them protected from anything that targets a Bat family character. And then when you're ready, flip them over and then go into your turn. So, but do you have anything you want to add? You were kind of quiet, Foggy. You didn't say much. Let's go.
I don't know. I mean, one thing that really struck me weird is them being like with the Superman characters. They don't have many like supportive characters until Connor Kent really came out. That was just like super good on stats.
Yeah.
Like Lois Lane, for example, she has very small stats for being a 2 cost, where Connor Kent is the exact opposite. He has really good stats for being a 2 cost.
And she's also an ally too.
She is an ally.
Yeah, so she counts as a sidekick, so anything that affects a sidekick would affect her. So I don't know, Connor Kent seems like a better Team Superman character. Unless you're using Dark Side with Swarm, and then
Yeah.
and then she's a sidekick, so she gets Swarm.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to play a Superman team, then you should play most definitely 4 Connor Kent because of his stats, and he costs 2, and maybe like 2 Lois Lane at the most, maybe 3. But like,
Depending on the rest of your dice
yeah,
layout.
also depending on what you want for like ramp and stuff too.
There are some really good Superman cards coming out in the Superman Wonder Woman starter. So if you haven't checked it out yet, the Dice Tower with Tom Bassel has an awesome review video. So go check that out. I always bump the good stuff when I see it. Thanks to the transition zone as well, because we did use it to help make show notes and whatnot. Hopefully you guys can get the new setup on there soon, because we're all dying for it on there. We all love to use transition zone for building teams and whatnot. So anything else that anybody wanted to add, or y'all pretty much good?
I'm good.
Good?
Can't wait till next week. So
Yeah, we
The
get
draft.
to. Yep, we're gonna be drafting again next Saturday.
That's what
I'm
I'm looking forward
Oh
to.
yeah,
Yes.
I am
Maybe
too.
I'll get my red hoods this time.
there you go.
Well, I'm gonna get to meet a real life Superman Saturday. I get to go meet Dean Cain. So
awesome.
yeah, that's
Yep.
awesome.
I'm
He
so
is
jelly.
the Superman. He's the best Superman out there. So hopefully it'll all go well.
Yep.
Fingers crossed.
Yep. And, well, I have nothing else to add. So, roll on, Dice Masters.